Hello class, let me introduce myself. My name is Jose Iniguez. I live in South California. I just got a phone call from some parents that need help to understand the procedural safeguard. They want to be here in a few minutes, and they are Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Martinez. So I think they're here. So let me wait. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Martinez. Welcome. You can sit down. Take a seat, please. Well, let me explain to you, about the procedural safeguard. Okay, you will need you're gonna need a procedural safeguard when you ask for a copy, and also when the first time your child is referred for a special education assessment, or every time you are given an assessment place to evaluate your child. Upon receipt of the first aid or due process complaint, a school year or any addition to make a removal, that it will be a change of placement. And also now, what are your rights as a parent guardian participation? First, you have the right to refer a child for special education. Second, you can participate in the development of the IEP. And third, you need to be informed of all the programs, options, and alternatives, both public and non-public. Now, we're going to see how about confidentiality of information. The Family Education Rights Protection, FERPA, is a federal law that protects the privacy of students' records. IDEA, which is the Individual Disability Education Act, regulates and confirms and reinforces the confidentiality. Records of your child. The records of your child must be in a place where only teachers or somebody allowed can have access to it. So, other than that, those records, they have to be maintained in a place where nobody can have access to. And when it comes to informed consent or parent consent, you must provide an informed writing consent before your child is accessed or receive any special education services before any changes in special education services too. As well, you must be ensured that you as parent understand the proceeding of the IEP team meeting. If necessary, must provide an interpreter. They must provide an interpreter. Let me see what else. Okay, what is a prior writing notice? You as a parent have the right to receive prior writing notice in your native language. As well, when the school district initiates or refuses your request to initiate a change in your child's identification, assessment, or education placement in special education. It also is very important that IEP must be understandable in your language. The IEP must have a clear description of all services that your child will receive, such as level and location at which instruction will be provided, additional services or modifications to help your child to progress academically, frequency and duration of those services too. If you not agree, we want to see if what if you not agree. So we have what we call independent education evaluation. If you not agree as a parent with the assessment results done by the school district, you have the right, to ask for you have the right to ask for and obtain independent education evaluation at public expense. You are also entitled to only one independent education evaluation. If you request an independent education evaluation, the school district, without delay, has to either provided a public expense, or request a due process hearing. The school district has the right to establish the standards or criteria of cost and location for the independent education evaluation. I want to explain to you what is statehood rights. Statehood is your right it's a right if you are disagree with the school district regarding your child's education placement or any change in placement. The law requires the student to stay put. In other words, your child stays in the current program until this dispute is resolved. And the last part is the dispute resolution options. Some options you have is mediation. Only you or the school district might file to the Office of Administrative Hearings. You might seek mediation alone or participate in a mediation pending on a due process hearing. And it's important that you know that nobody cannot delay your rights to a due process hearing. I want to give you some now. I want to give you some references, resources that you can get more information about. About the procedural safeguards. So one is going to be California Department of Education, and I'll give you the link for that one. And the other one is the rights law. I give you a link for that one too. So those are the two resources that want to help you to get more information regarding the procedural safeguard.